Well, hello, good morning everybody. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Welcome back. I am Jiu-Jitsu 2000. I've got an interesting video for you today. We're going to be installing a Fan-Tastic Vent fan in the Chinook today. This is model 1250. This fan has 3 speeds. It fits a standard 14-inch by 14-inch square hole. Manual lift, so you manually open the lid. It has quiet operation, reversible airflow. That's why I chose this model, model 1250. It will let the air out or it'll let air in. So I thought that was really cool. Has a high profile base. And it says the only high-powered vent fan that's made in the United States of America. That's another reason why I chose this one. It says from the original manufacturer of the 12-volt fan with over 3 million fans on the road. This fan has 3 modes of operation. On low, this fan is 478 CFM and it draws 1.86 amps at 12 volt. I think that's around 223 watts. If you go up to medium, you get 653 CFM, 2.29 amps, and I think that's 274 watts. And then on high, you get 920 CFM, 3 amps, or 360 watts. So I'm very, very excited about this fan. Now, some tools that you're going to need to install this fan, obviously you're going to need a drill and whatever bits that you need. Like in my case, I have a number 2 Phillips bit here, and I also have a number 2 square. Okay, so those are the 2 tools that I'll need. I'll also need a pair of wire strippers or cutters. I will need a scraper. This is just a paint scraper, nothing too crazy. You'll need some butyl tape. This is Dicor butyl tape, so you'll need a roll of that. And then you'll also need some Dicor Lap Sealant. You could choose non-leveling or you could choose self-leveling. Either one is going to be fine for this installation. I think in this video today, we're going to use the self-leveling lap sealant. Now, from what I understand, when you're going to be using this lap sealant, the warmer temperatures that you can get outside, the better it'll make the process of putting this lap sealant down. And of course, last but not least, we'll need a caulking gun to put these in to caulk around the fan once we get it in place. Okay, so let's take a look at the fan itself. We'll take a look real quick at what's in the box. We have an owner's manual. Very cool. We'll look at that in a little bit. I want to get straight to the fan itself. Let's pull the fan out. That's what we're looking at right there. There's the fan. So you've got low, medium, and high. You have a fuse. You have forward or reverse direction. And this raises and lowers the lid. Now, of course, on one side of the lid, you have a hinge. So you want to put that hinge towards the front of your vehicle so that when you're going down the road, if you forgot to put this thing down, it's not going to be going backwards and wanting to pull this lid off. So definitely make sure that you got that. The blade on this thing is nice. Very nice looking fan. The next thing that we see in the box is the trim. Some cardboard and stuff in the way. The actual trim itself. The trim is going to go on the inside of the coach. Look at all these boxes. So here's the trim threshold, right? So we'll have to trim this to length to whatever size we need. We'll measure that during our install. And then there's some more wires here if you need longer wires. They give you some connectors and then they give you the screws. They give you everything you need in this box with the exception of the lap sealant. and the Dicor butyl tape. Now the first thing I'll do is I'll take these 4 screws out. This will take off this plastic trim. And on my unit, this is a number 2 square. So that's the first thing I need to do. Now, there's also, on the knob here, there's a little Phillips screw. So let me change bits right quick. This will let me take everything off. So there you have it. There's the screw, there's the knob, and there's that part right there. So very simple. From here you can see the 12-volt power lines. Okay, so these 12 volts are coming in from the coach. I'm going to just cut them right here at this connector and right there. Right here at these connectors. These 2 wires. Just like that. Now I have the 12-volt supply. So this is what I'm looking at right now. I took a measurement, tape measure, and I went from this edge to this edge, and I had 14 inches. And then I also went from this edge to this edge, and I had 14 inches as well. So there is a 14-inch by 14-inch square, and that's what I'm looking at right now. So I have the 12-volt power right there, and from here I'm going to go to the roof. Okay, I'm going to start by removing all of these screws. There we have all the screws removed. Now let's take our scraper and try to break this area up. Look at how easy that was. Very simple. I'm gonna scrape this old material off. I'm gonna scrape it away from the hole. I don't want it falling down inside of the coach. Pretty simple right there, not very hard at all. I've got my butyl tape here, but I want to make sure that this is really clean. As clean as possible anyway. Now I'll take my 2-sided butyl tape and I will lay out strips of butyl tape, basically where the fan is going to lay. Cut them. It's just going to be a square here. So I have plenty of butyl tape left. From here I'm going to pull up the strip off of the tape. This is going to expose the very sticky portion of it, and this will be what I lay down and comes in contact with the fan. Go, just like that. My apology if you're getting any wind noise. The wind is definitely starting. Okay, so now we have the butyl tape laid down. Everything's nice and clean. We're just going to set the fan right down on top of the butyl tape. Again, make sure that your hinge goes towards the front of the rig, and make sure the wires are nice and free down inside. Just lay the fan right on top of the butyl tape. And then of course we have our bag full of screws. We're going to get our screws out of the bag. Take those 2 wire connectors, put them back in the bag because I'm not going to use those. These are 3/4 inch screws. There are 4 shorter screws in this bag. You don't want to use those out here. These 4 shorter screws are for inside the rig for the trim. So use the longer screws outside and the shorter screws inside. Just like that. And now we'll use the clutch on our drill very low. We're just going to put these screws in here. Let's go a little higher. Need a little more power. Let's go up to 10. Try that. A little more. 15. There we go. 15. Feels good on my drill. Looks like I got one more. Very nice. They give me 2 extra screws from what I can see. I'll put those back in the bag. Make sure I got all the screws on. Let's go ahead and pull this plastic off of the hood here. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? That is beautiful. Making sure that all my edges are screwed down good, and it looks good. So from here, if you want to remove any of the excess butyl tape, you can do that at this time. Just cut very close to the vent and then peel off the excess, something like so. Stuff is very easy to work with. That butyl tape does a fantastic job. Now from here, I'm going to just take my lap sealant and just go around the edges here. I'm going to get on top of all the screw heads. Wow, this lap sealant works very good. It's easy to work with. Very good stuff. I like it. If you're not using the self-leveling, you'll need to definitely do this step by hand. But technically I don't even have to do this step right here. I just feel like helping it out a little bit. Make sure that I'm getting a good bond. So as far as I'm concerned right now, the top portion or the roof portion of installing the Fan-Tastic fan is finished. So there's a closer look at what it looks like right now. That lap sealant that's self-leveling is very good stuff. Look at that. So the installation of the Fan-Tastic fan is going fantastic. Let's connect the white wires together. So I will strip the wire on the coach side, and I will connect it to the portion of the fan which is already stripped. So I'm just gonna put that bad boy like so. Just give it a nice crimp. Something like that, and that is done. Now let me make sure that the white portion is ready to go. I've got everything wired in. I want to test the fan. Now the fan has a sensor, it's got a switch that will only allow the fan to run if it's open. I can see the sensor or the switch. Hopefully you'll be able to see that in the video. It's right there. So as I open the lid, it opens that little switch. Once that switch is open, you want to make sure that you choose a direction, either out or in. So we'll just try that, and then let's go to low. There's low. So wow, that's just low. Medium, high. That's pretty cool. Turn the fan off. Now I know that the fan is working, so now I can hide these wires underneath, just like so. I'm just gonna stick them right underneath, just like that. And from here, we're gonna figure out the trim. So the trim is this piece here, and it goes just like so. Give it a second. There we go. Gonna push that baby up until it hits. And I have a Sharpie here, so I'm gonna mark one mark on all four corners, and then from here I know how much to trim off. From here I will come in with my tape measure from all four corners, and I will measure 1 inch, and that's going to give me the length that I need to fit this trim. Let's go ahead and try our trim and see if it's gonna fit with that 1 inch spot. Yeah, that looks pretty darn good. Through here, let's go a little heavier, maybe 5. 5 looks good. Let's do the opposite corner, just so it holds that baby up. Looks good. Our Fan-Tastic fan is officially installed. Let's change directions. There we go. Very cool. I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this install. I want to say thank you guys for watching today. I hope you got some good, useful information out of this video. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video, and of course, until next time, I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you then. Bye for now. Let's take a look at that Fan-Tastic fan. You can really feel that thing move in the air. That is for sure. I'm loving it. Very nice. I'm extremely happy right now. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.